What's up, what it do, cyber world? It's your girl, Ash Brown. Yes, and welcome to the Ash Brown Uncensored show. On this show, I talk a little bit about everything. Maybe something, a headline that you saw in pop culture. It may be something that's going on in my life. Or maybe just a random idea that just pops off the top of the dome. Any number of things is feasible. Any number of things. So, happy Sunday to you. Okay, so I want to talk a little about friendships, connections, people, and that almighty dollar. That mean green. That mean green. It can really destroy connections. It can destroy friendships. It can destroy relationships. It can destroy families. I've watched it happen so many times. It's crazy. And what's so disgusting about it sometimes is the fact that people allow themselves to be so overly indulged in when it comes to money dealings. First example, I had this random ass family member that I've never met, never heard of, never heard any references about, call up my house right after my mom passed. And this person went into, oh, my condolences, woo-de-woo, woo-de-woo. You know, I used to take care of your mom when she was an infant, and your grandmother had this and that, and I took care of her, and I was there for her, and I. Well, bitch. I don't know what is wrong with people. When someone dies, when someone passes away, it's a whole process that you go through. And unfortunately, a lot of people just don't get it. I don't know if it's just wickedness in their spirit or they're just so gung-ho on getting over on others. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I can say that much of it. So I don't know what the end goal was for this person, but they just kept on emphasizing how much they took care of my mother. They can't believe she's gone. But at the time I was 30. I was like, well, you haven't talked to her in like 30 plus years, so y'all couldn't have been that close. I don't know. People are just weird that way. I had a friend one time. This person's no longer in my life, so if they listen to the show, hey, what up? What's Gucci? What's good? I had a friend at that time that was going through a lot of life situations, and she came crying to me about her mortgage being due and not having the money. And she doesn't know how she's going to get the money. She needs to just borrow the money from someone, and then she'll pay it back with interest and blah blah blah. And just for kicks and giggles, because I was like, I'm not prepared to help nobody with no mortgage. Hell, I ain't even got no mortgage. And I asked her, so how much is your mortgage? This heifer said $2,800, y'all. $2,800? I was like, well, damn, well, I definitely can't help you on that. God bless the one little 69 that I may get from the Army on a monthly basis for my one little weekend a month. I can't help you. That's a drop in the pan for you. That's not nothing. I'm like, no, I'm not going to deal with that. And I had another friend that I had introduced this person to. And this person was very envious of me. I didn't see it at the time, and I didn't recognize it for what it was. And a lot of times I think we just don't want to see those things. We don't want to recognize that this person is envious of us. We don't want to have to claim that, because you want to believe the good in people. And I do. I always want to believe the good in people. But this person was very jealous of me and my life and everything. And she had shared with me that she also talked to that mutual friend. And they told her that I was not able to, to help her with her finances. And I was like, okay, well, that's how life goes. It is what it is. And this person then proceeds to loan the person the money. And I was like, wow, you sitting up on your cousin that couch, and you gave this lady $2,800? Hey, you a way better friend to her than I am. You are a way better friend. Way better friend than I am. And I had to exit that person stage left as well. See, it's crazy how God reveals people to you. It's so insane sometimes because hindsight is 20/20. When you're in the midst of your grief and you're dealing with so much, you can't see the forest for the trees. You just can't. And I can only speak for myself. I couldn't. Because both these people were at my mom's funeral and weeping and crying and, oh, we're going to go out and, have something. Sat with me at the restaurant afterwards. It was 5 different people that were supposedly good friends of mine. Y'all know to this day I don't talk to those people. None of those 5 people that sat down with me on that day after my mother's funeral am I cool with anymore. And each of them had their own demon, I guess, that they were working with or whatever they were dealing with. And I just want to know part of it. I want to know part of it. So I had to let them go. The last one is a guy that I was dating. This was the first guy that I dated after my mom's passing, and everything about him was just really, it was sketchy, and it was unlike any other relationship that I had gone into. And the first thing that was, we'll say it was a problem. It was, but it wasn't. There was a significant age difference between us. And I didn't want to, I don't know. I guess I didn't want to feel like I was counting him out because of our age difference. But that may have played a factor as well. Second, he had a goblet of kids under the age of 18. And a lot of them was already teenage age and was acting out at school. And I was like, this is not the life that I want. This is not it. This is not it. But I continued on because, I don't know, I felt that I needed to challenge myself and do something differently and date different. So, yeah. So things were going pretty good for a couple of months, and it seemed like he was maybe someone that I could build a future with. I started making my brand. I started making Ash Said It. I started to kind of piece the puzzle together. And he was the only person that I really vented to and really opened up about a lot of the different things that I wanted to do with this company and how it was an homage to my mother. And when I came up with names, Ash Said It was one of the first names that I had suggested. And I really was kind of drawn to it some way in just a strange manner. And do you know this joker told me, oh, that's not going to work. That's too simple. That's too trendy. The worst thing that you can do to someone is just shut down their idea. I almost said something else. Is shut down their idea, but not give any kind of alternative. That's the worst thing that you can do for a person. The worst. And fast forward, long story short, the brother asked me for $2,800. I don't know, what is it with all this money? He asked me for, not $2,800, I think it was $2,600 indirectly to help him pay for his car. This is a grown man in his 40s asking this cute little 31-year-old for big time money. For what? Number one, I don't know. I don't know where people's minds go. And any man to sit up there and ask a woman like that for, even if y'all are dating seriously, to ask a woman for that substantial amount of money and you have nothing backing it and you have no way of paying her back, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. So that was our last conversation. Ran into him at a QT station one time and he tried to get a conversation started. I wanted no part of it. It wasn't no closure. It wasn't no opening. It wasn't no opening for him to communicate with me. I was just done. But that just goes to show you some examples of some of the crazy stuff that people will put you through. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Can't make this stuff up. I could try to make up stuff like this, but it would never be nearly as entertaining. It wouldn't. Life is the best teacher possible. I kid you not. I kid you not. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support. Makes a huge difference, and we're gonna make some magic happen this week. Holla.